I'm Davey. I'm awesome. And welcome to the Comment Corner, where you guys make comments on my videos and I respond every week. And in between responding to your comments. In Russia is a bedpan called a Putin. So, kicking it off this week with last week's Comment Corner, the You Got Me corner. Paul Jetto kicked it off with, those guys laughing at your first joke. Where is that from? That is from the movie OMG, We're in a Horror Movie. I reviewed it, it was up for about a week, and then I had to take it down. Because apparently they didn't want free advertising. Then Paul Jetto commented, I know it's a little late in the game, but Ritalin, your brother needs it. Now. I don't know if that would help. Because Ritalin's more for like if you're hyperactive. He's not hyperactive, he's just... Then Paul Jetto commented, thanks for telling my joke, too. Of course. Then Paul Jetto commented, wow, not even close to as gory? Well, I just finished The Evil Deads. The new one is still awesome, but not as awesome. I hope they bring Ash back at least one more time. There are rumors they're bringing back Ash vs. the Evil Dead for a 4th season. Then Nikki B. Jammin commented, and then my brother Josh, the film bestie, commented, admit it! You cried when you finally realized it was me all along. Oh, I'll admit it, I cried. I cried uncontrollably. I was like... God, he's so freaking stupid. And honestly, I'm still crying. I'm gonna open a restaurant called Karma, where we serve you just desserts. Then on my Davy's Awesome Stories, They Make Mistakes, Paul Jetto commented, OMG, do I know what this is like. For a month last year, I worked for Walmart. This customer comes up to me, angry out of his skull that her shopping cart wheels won't move. She is yelling at me and then my supervisor in that high-pitched Karen voice, threatening to call corporate on both of us. The supervisor asks me to go outside and fetch the cart with her and Karen, and when we get out there, we see Miss Thang standing beside a Food 4 Less cart. Mind you that Food 4 Less is almost 5 miles away from Walmart. And their carts, also like Walmart's, have those devices on the wheels that will stop them when they get too far away. At this point, my supervisor turned and went inside, and I followed with Karen, yelling at us from behind. It turns out my supervisor called security on the Karen, and I heard nothing more. But I am still puzzled to this day. Did she bring it the whole 5 miles? Or was she just stupid enough to grab it and assume it was ours? Our carts have blue handles. Food 4 Less has yellow. Yeah, I know, I remember Food 4 Less from when I used to live out in California. And yeah, 2 very different looking carts. And yes, like most places nowadays, they have devices on them that when you take them a certain footage, they stop. A little lock hits on one of the tires and they won't go. I mean, you can push them, but it becomes extremely strenuous to get people to stop stealing their carts. Funny enough, though, it doesn't work. Everywhere I've worked, I've found carts from other stores that really have no business being there. It's not like the store is right next door. It makes me wonder who brought them, why. Did somebody legit push that cart all the way here, despite the fact that one of the wheels would not move? Or did somebody just decide it'd be funny to, like, pick it up and drive it over? Who knows? But obviously, if it says Food 4 Less on it, can't go in there and get mad at Walmart. Then, new commenter, Sunny Maid commented, I used to work in tech support. I have done tech support on a lot of things. This particular one was for an internet service provider. I am not sure why people seem to think that tech support will kiss your ass, but in most places, they will not. And my job is to fix things. I do not give you money off your bill. I don't provide you with discounts. I fix your internet in this case. I had a guy call up and was furious that he was in the middle of an outage. This was a planned outage. Emails and flyers had been sent out. There was even a notice on the back of the bill the month before about a 2 to 3 hour window about the internet being down because we were doing infrastructure updates, which would make it so the customers would have less downtime. He demanded I turn the internet back on. Told him I couldn't do that. And then he demanded I cancel his account. I said, okay, I will send a work order in to remove your line card and I will transfer you to the billing office to cancel. He was like, aren't you going to do your job and ask me to stay? I replied, no, sir. because my job is to fix your internet or put in work orders, which I have now done. Please hold for the billing office. And I transferred him without another word. When you say I am canceling or I will never come back here, we usually think to ourselves, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
Bitch!
See, I can understand getting mad when the internet's out for no reason, but a planned outage, you had time to prepare. Now, honestly, I've never been tech support, and I could never be tech support because after unplugging and plugging it back in, I'm out of ideas. I'm not a tech guy. But I never assumed that the tech support person was the person I would talk to about canceling or getting discounts. Then Jay McCool commented, tell us about the times you went off about bad service. I will. Tomorrow. Then the Film Bestie commented, this happened just the other day. Some tweaker came into my casino tavern and wanted to buy the cheapest bottle of booze we had, which was Castillo Silver Rum. One of the many security cameras are right next to the register and, well, watching everything. So we can't get away with anything. And regardless of age, selling booze or cigarettes without seeing ID is an instant termination. He had no ID but got pissy and started telling me, I'm the sheriff! I don't need ID! I refused, of course, and he kept saying it. I'm the sheriff! I'm the sheriff of Reno County! There is no Reno County, by the way. No, there's not. Down where he lives, that's Carson City. I believe that's Lyon County. I live in Reno, and it's Washoe County. However, even though I don't work in a bar, I have worked many retail places, and pretty much all of them sell alcohol. I've had situations where I would card somebody, and they didn't claim to be the sheriff, but claimed to be a police officer. To which I would just look at them and say, well then, you should understand why I have to see your ID. I knew a nun who used to wipe her nose on her clothes. She had a nasty habit. Then on my Davies Awesome Wrestling, where I reviewed WWE Backlash 2023, Daniel DeLeon 69 commented, Puerto Rico is the best! I wouldn't know, I've never been there. I want to though. The food alone would be worth the trip. Then Paul Jetto commented, Seth Rollins! Yeah! The Film Bestie replied to him, Boo! Well, at this point, Josh, it's either Seth Rollins or AJ Styles. And I can't pick. I'm okay with either one of them. I guess Seth Rollins because I do want that title to be exclusive to Raw. Then Paul Jetto commented, Lesnar has been pointless since the day he first came to WWE. I hate that loser. I'm not going to pretend he's not a big draw or anything, but they did just fine without him and they could do just fine without him again. And at this point, this whole, I'm the beast and I dominate everybody, it's gotten old. Heck, it got old before he was doing it, and the other guy, Goldberg, was doing it. Then the Film Bestie commented, You're not the Intercontinental Champion. You're too little to be the Intercontinental Champion. Why? Then the Film Bestie commented, I always bring a piece of paper to a wrestling match, just in case The Rock is my opponent. I watched this awesome show called Origami Wrestling yesterday. It was on pay-per-view. Who decided to call it Dwayne Johnson's wrestling career instead of Classic Rock? How did the cannibal get caught at the wrestling match? He yelled, Food fight! I just watched an entire 3-day-long arm wrestling match by accident. Turned out to be more gripping than I expected. Why do Romans hate wrestlers? Because The Rock beat Caesars. I was going to do a joke about ceilings, but they're over your head. And then on the final video I did this week, my Davies Awesome food review of Mountain Dew Summer Freeze. The Film Bestie commented, It's not great, it's dangerous! Mountain Dew took my son, and it is going to take out every one of us! Whoa. That's heavy. Well, excuse me, I gotta read a few more comments.
We don't care if you get it.
Then the Film Bestie commented, The girl who sat behind me in 7th grade math class loved to pour orange soda on my head. Only look back now do I realize she had a crush on me. Client, I want a can of soda, please. Waiter, it's $10. Client, $10? Why? Waiter, $5 for the can, and the tip is $5. Client, okay, here's $10. Waiter, thanks. Here, I give you $5 back. Why? What? Why? Waiter, because we don't have any soda anymore.
What?
Why is crushing pop cans taxing on one's mental health? Because it's soda pressing. 9 out of 10 doctors recommend for children to drink water instead of soda. That one doctor lives in Flint, Michigan. Then once again teasing me until the last minute, making me think I was going to have to do a J-Spud comment. Josh's J-Spud commented, I was actually going to use my phone to call for help, but for some illogical reason, whenever I dial 911, I get a busy signal, followed by laughter. I am currently stuck under 3 mattresses that were pre-owned by Roseanne Barr from her TV syndication days. I didn't expect them to be so heavy, and she was sure to have weighed the life out of them. This is just awful. I have been here for 16 hours, and only had Code Red Mountain Dew to drink. Well, then I guess the glass is half full. Unless you drank it. Soda pop is just not good for me. It makes my voice go very hoarse. You know, like when Madonna tries to sing after choking on a pretzel. This is really bad day for me. If you could be so kind as to reach out for some help for me, I'd really appreciate it. My rabbi walked by earlier and saw me, but he only laughed and stole my Mountain Dew. Now my mouth is drier than your comedy. And don't take that as an insult. I love dry comedy. It doesn't make me laugh hard enough to avoid blood from my bowels. You are a gem, sir. Please don't call me any names. They are so hurtful. A pack of Brownie Scouts walked by earlier and laughed at me too. They called me Princess P. Hold on while I get you some help. Oh, it's busy. I tried. Then the final comment this week, Jay McCool commented, I love Bomb Pops, but wasn't crazy about this soda. It's like I said in the review, it was okay, but not worth going out of my way to get. My wife told me we would have less arguments if I wasn't so pedantic. I told her I think you mean fewer. So there you have it, that's Comic Corner this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit that little bell so you get notifications for when I post new videos, and leave a comment of your own to be in next week's Comic Corner. Vote for Pedro.